Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having such a magical, snowy day here. I wanted to come on live and just talk about 5 things that I've learned in the past year. And I actually really enjoy doing this, so this is fun for me. And I think that these lessons are valuable and you can see value in your own life. So let's get started. So number one, this would be that we're exactly where we're meant to be. We're exactly where we're meant to be. And sometimes we forget that the place that we're at right now is where we're supposed to be. And what's so beautiful is that years later, you can look back on your life and notice that you were meant to be at that job. You were meant to be in that relationship. You were meant to be in that situation because it gave you the tools. It allowed you to grow and evolve into the person that you are today. So this can be difficult when you're in that situation to be like, oh, this is not fun. I don't want to be here. But you can always ask yourself, what lesson can I learn from being here? And hopefully, if you look at it in that way, then you can kind of see things through a little bit more rose-colored glasses instead of in a more negative way if it's a challenging situation. But we're always meant to be where we are. So trust in the journey, trust in the process, and trust in those moments when things feel a little bit slower. It's for you. It's a good thing. The second thing is the way that we speak to ourselves, we probably wouldn't even speak to our worst enemy. And maybe if you really, really hate this person, then you might say that to that person. But I've started to notice like internal language, and this is not just in my own life, but in my sessions with my clients, how we speak to ourselves. You know, we hear like spread kindness and be kind to others as you would be to yourself. But what about the way that we speak to ourselves? And I've found myself in like loops of thought thinking, I'm not good enough. Who am I to do this? I can't do this. And think about the potency and the power of your thoughts. If you are always thinking those things, I can't, oh, this sucks, everything is terrible, your life might look like that. So this is why the process of free writing and journaling, you can just kind of do some free writing, take a journal, take a pen and paper out, even on your phone. You can do this on the train, on a plane, wherever you are. I'm just not driving. And just start to write what is coming to your mind, what keeps coming up. And I like to start to understand the thoughts, like, where is that coming from? Is that me? Is that just a thought that's been passed down through generations? Is it something I've learned from interaction, just like with the external people in my life? Where is this thought coming from? And ask yourself, does this thought serve me? Is this thought helping me on my evolution to grow, to learn, to change? Because if it's not helping you, then why are we having those thoughts? Why are we allowing them to be there? So you can ask yourself, is this thought serving me? And if the answer is yes, then okay, what can you learn from it? Where can you go with that thought? If it's not, you can still think the thought and be like, okay, I see, but it's time to release you. You're not serving me. I choose another thought. You always have the choice. So this is why doing something like journaling or working with a coach is really important, so that you can allow yourself to start to realize and start to notice what the thoughts that are in your mind, where they're coming from. What's the pattern? Are they serving you? So number 3 is perception is everything. And I'm sure we've heard this so many times, but this was happening the other day. I was just not enjoying the day. Everything was just like, this is not fun. But that was my perception of the situation. So if you can take a step back and say, I don't like the way that I'm looking at these things in my life right now. How can I remove myself from the situation and choose another reality? How can I look at this in a different way? 2 people can have the same exact situation presented to them, and they're seeing things in such different ways. And this is a cheesy analogy, but the glass half full versus the glass half empty. If you're looking at your life from a place of everything is half empty, I think that's the analogy. So that lack mentality, if you're looking at everything in your life from that place, everything in your life is going to be with a little bit of touch of lack. I don't have enough. I'm not making enough money. I'll never be good enough. Those are all similar patterns, and it's because of that lack mentality. Where on the other hand, if you are coming from this place of abundance and that glass is always more than half full, you have enough, you are enough, you're in the perfect place right now to learn, to grow, and to evolve, your life can look a lot different. And these are challenging things to just implement overnight. I've been doing a lot of this self-growth, just journeying work for a couple of years now, and it's taken me time. It's taken me a lot of time to be by myself, to reflect, to see who I am, to see what I want in my life. So it doesn't happen overnight, but if you can keep these lessons in the back of your mind, and when you're struggling during a really challenging time, if you can always come back to that place of gratitude, love, abundance, those are high vibrational frequency thoughts, patterns, everything. Number 4. Oh, this is good. So we all have dreams, but we sometimes forget the action steps, me included. So I have lots of dreams. I have lots of goals. I have big, big visions for myself and this world and the people that are in my life. But if we forget that there is action that is needed, then we're probably never going to get there. So one of my favorite books is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And this is one of those books where I've read time and time again. It is so, so powerful and profound. And one of the concepts is think big, start small. Simple. So have these bigger goals. What do you want your life to look like? Do you want to be making 6 figures? Do you want to have a healthy, sustainable relationship? Great. Those things are perfect. How do you get there? You might not get there overnight. So we have to start doing the little things and start to break it down piece by piece. Say you want a new job. Okay, what is that going to look like for you? Maybe you start to write down the types of jobs that you want. Maybe you start to just every single night apply to a couple jobs and see what happens. But we have to remember that action is necessary to make changes in our life. We can't just sit back and hope that it happens. And just manifest everything. We have to take some sort of action, some sort of step in that direction. And number 5, it's okay to be proud of yourself. And this is something I've noticed a lot in my coaching sessions. I've been working with one woman for 7 or 8 months now. And as we started to progress, she had a hard time actually saying, I'm doing a great job here. And I think it has to do with that we are almost taught to be very humble and very modest and not share when we're doing things really well, because then it will look like we're being egotistical and stuff like that. But when you're doing work on yourself, it's okay to be proud of where you are going. Just yesterday, for years, I've had a goal to start a podcast, and I bought the equipment a long time ago. And just yesterday, I finally sat down and started actually doing it. Getting the intro, getting the music. But it's taken me years to get to that place. But that's okay, because number 1, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. It's okay. And I'm making small action steps to get to that goal. But yesterday, I was proud of myself. I said, wow, you actually did it. I was struggling to work through some of the program stuff, but actually did it. And same thing with my clients. She was like, wow, I'm actually happy for where I'm at right now. And it was emotional because sometimes we forget to be excited for where we are. So it's okay to be proud of yourself. And the reason I share all of this is because these are simple things that have impacted my life. And number 1, I love doing this. So I really hope that it impacts your life in a positive way. Really hope so. And I think that we can all gain a little bit of clarity from some of these lessons. And I'll just go over them briefly again. So number 1 was you are exactly where you're meant to be at this moment. Number 2, watch your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? We are very, very hard on ourselves at times. So speak a little kinder to yourself. You can do this. You are enough as you are. Number 3, perception is everything. And number 4, I wrote them all down in case I forgot. We all have dreams, but we need the action steps to get there. And number 5, it's okay to be proud of yourself. So I hope that these can impact your life in the way that you need to do so. I also mention all these things because this is what I do in my coaching sessions. We work through topics like switching jobs, transitioning from having your kids at home to having everyone away at college, incorporating health and nutrition and nourishment into your life. And I feel so satisfied doing this, and it's exciting to share this with anyone else. So if that resonates with you, feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to share that with you. If you want to look for, or if you're looking for just a group of and a community of like-minded people who are also on their own self-help journey, they're on their own journey. I created a Facebook group called the Blissful Purpose Tribe, and each week I interview someone inside the group who is what I call sharing their light. And they're just owning who they really are. They're not famous yet. They're just a person like you and me, and they have gifts and they have talents and they have abilities and they have stories to share with us that can really impact us in a beautiful, beautiful way. So I'm so grateful to have shared these words with you guys today. Let me know in the comments how this helped you, how this impacted your life, and we'll talk soon.